If you played the computer in NBA 2K19 for even one game, you will notice that they do not let you expose the ball in front of their face this year and act like you're in the N1 mixtape tour, as they will go for it, steal, and often get it. And with this video, I'm going to give you a few tips to beat the computer AI 101. So let's get it.
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Gamers Online is the #1 source for the sports gamer.
First thing you will realize is the amount of time you can expose the ball in front of the defenders gets shorter and shorter the higher difficulty you play on and the better the defender who's guarding you. A lot of people hate it, while I like the challenge. While it may eliminate your 15 combo dribble moves, a lot of the moves I went over in our dribbling tutorial will also work against the computer. You just have to be way more careful than you do against the average human opponent. And it all starts and ends with what you do when the defender is right in front of your face. And the main goal is protecting the ball properly from their Kawhi Leonard-like reaction times while creating enough space for yourself to do your business and not get walled off consistently. And since the blow-by animations aren't as easily triggered this year, we're really going to have to get the defender to move their feet to get by them. So let's say you just passed the ball or you just received it. Main point is you haven't dribbled it yet. There's a good chance if you put the ball on the ground in front of you right now, you're going to lose it instantly. So you can do two things, either manually back up to give yourself some space to do your thing. I personally aim towards the sidelines, then go back to create even more space, but just going straight back will do also. Or you can utilize the step back dribble, which you pull off by holding the right trigger and aim it down on your right stick to give you some space from the defender. Or if you've already started your dribble and once the defender starts to press, which if you're bringing the ball up is about at half court for some reason, don't ask me why. You want to get into the habit of protecting the ball, which you do by hitting the left trigger, and this has you use your body to block the defender from reaching in. So this is key when you're already started dribbling and the defender is in front of you. And then from here you can again manually back up or utilize the step back animation to get some room. Now if you already have or created space for yourself, you can begin to beat the computer off the dribble. Now I mentioned a lot of the moves still work versus the computer, so we're good here. And the main one you want in your arsenal is the crossover, which you do by flicking the right stick to your off ball hand. Now normally you want to do a crossover while you're driving towards the hoop, but playing around in Hall of Fame play now and in practice, I started to like going sideways than performing a cross, as it protects the ball a little bit better while achieving the same result. So once you create some space from the defender, I just move sideways for about 2 or 3 dribbles, then hit it with a cross to get them sliding the other way to create space. Where from here you can pull up for a shot or drive in the paint, whatever your heart desires. Sometimes you'll blow right by them, other times you can trigger the blow-by animation. And I've only seen the really great defenders sometimes recover on the drive. But again, that was when the jump shot was also there and I didn't take it. But the key part is you want the computer moving, where then you can counter off of it. I've also been messing around with the double cross to see if it's better, and I've had the crazier reactions from the computer doing that. But as of right now, I'm leaning more towards it was the initial cross that did it. But you guys can mess with that to see if there's something there. And to a lesser degree, you can beat the defender with the behind the back dribbles moving sideways as well. Or even the between the legs. Another way we can beat the computer is in the pick and roll game. Because for some reason when you call a screen, despite already playing up on you when you cross half court, they will be alerted of the screen despite having their back to the play and play you ultra tight, sometimes even pushing you off your spot. And when the screen comes, they will do everything in their toolbox to prevent you from using it. So we're gonna take advantage of this. And to do so, we will begin with starting the pick and roll near half court. And I'm sure a lot of you are seeing where I'm going with this. So when coming up the court, we'll call for an ISO or whatever, then call for a pick and roll. Now I didn't add this in my pick and roll video, but I repeat what I said earlier. If you're dribbling, you want to be in protect the ball stance when the defender is in your grip. Now there's 3 ways to beat the defender here. Creep towards the screen to close the space they have to go over, and go once the screen sets. Let the computer try and block your path or attempt to go over the screen prematurely, and you go the other way with plenty of space to work with. Or my favorite is before you go into the protect the ball stance, make sure the ball is in the opposite hand of the side the screen is coming from. Then we're going to start in the protect the ball stance, and because of the defender wanting to play press defense on you, the protect the ball stance sort of locks the defender to an animation of him getting shielded off by our ball handler. and a lot of the time he doesn't react to the screen because of this. So then once the screen guard sets, we can do a cross escape hesitation to go around the screen, which you do by flicking the right stick towards your off ball hand, then flick it again to your ball hand, which is why it's important to start with the ball in the hand opposite of where the screen is at, so you can launch around it while freezing the defender. So if the screen is on the right and the ball is in your left hand, you flick the right stick right, then flick it right again, and your player will perform a dribble move around the screen with plenty of space to work with. And it really puts the screener's defender in a terrible position of covering two guys with basically the whole court to work with. Now sometimes the defender will back up, but more times than not you will take advantage of the defender's need to play press near half court with the pick and roll here. Like listen, I know the computer's on-ball D is hard on the surface, but they're just making us pay for obvious mistakes players in real life wouldn't make, which I'm all for. And with this video, I hope I was able to give you a few tips to be able to beat the on-ball defender and not have them grab 7 steals on you anymore. Now if anybody has some tips that we didn't go over, let us know in the comments down below to help out your fellow viewers. And stay tuned here at Sports Gamers Online for more NBA 2K19 content. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't. And once you're with us, hit that bell icon at the bottom so you don't miss anything we put out. I'm Chris. Thank y'all for watching, and be good, y'all.
Cause we getting paid.
Cause we getting
Yeah, hey, hold away. Getting to the cake. I've been getting to the cake. Yeah. Can't relate. Lost it in the state. I just let them marinate. Yeah.
Swear he turns up in the spirit. I'm out here getting lit.